two activities that I participated in the last 2 days. The first one is 2 days ago at the University of Arkansas. We had an interfaith activity, and tonight before Maghrib I went to the prison, the local jail. The interfaith activity was an invitation from the MSA students, Muslim Students Association, with cooperation of other organizations, including Tyson Center for Diversity at Work or something like that. Uh, and the topic was about diversity, how our religion or your religion promotes diversity, inclusiveness, and challenges that you face, what activities you do, etc. The invitation was from the MSA without the details until they sent me the final, like a flyer, and it was different religions: Christian, Jews, Buddhists, and what do you call it? Mother Nature, or what do you call it? Pagan religion, but Mother Nature. The activity, alhamdulillah, went well. Small audience, we're expecting a lot more. They served halal food from a restaurant in Fayetteville, alhamdulillah. Few Muslims, just maybe 3, 4, maybe, who attended the activity. All of the audience was a small activity. Of course, I try to connect the inclusiveness and diversity to what we have as Muslims. Saying number one is the concept and understanding yourself and the world and people around you. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala connects all humans, different races, backgrounds, to one God and to one family, right? فَاعْبُدُوا رَبَّكُمُ الَّذِي خَلَقَكُم. Worship your Lord, the one who created you and those before you. So to remind all people that all of us are created by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and number two, all of us came from the same family. And of course we have other thing, which is connecting Islam to previous messages. Connecting Islam to previous messages. How Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam came to continue the message. I talked about the Salah, how it is very diverse, all people are equal. Malcolm X, when he went to the Hajj and saw all people equal wearing the same clothing, no difference between rich and poor, etc. Challenges, I talked about challenges internal and out external. Internal, we have the cultural gap, as you know. Now, the estimation is 50% of Muslims in the US born out of the US, and 50% of Muslims in the US are born inside the US. So you have sometimes different cultures. I did not talk about the madahib. I was planning to talk a bit, briefly, but still we have some gaps between the madahib. However, it is developing the language barrier, etc., and the language barrier, etc. There is a big gap, by the way, between the Muslims who are immigrants and African Americans. They are Muslims, right? Indigenous people in this country, or they are considered. So there is a gap. I tried to prepare and read. Another gap that is also noticed is rich Muslims and poor Muslims. It's expanding. This, the masjid that will be building, inshallah, in the future, like Epic and these big masajids. And if you go to the downtown where African Americans and poor Muslims, the masajids, so they need our support and our help. I did not talk about that. I did not have the time to talk about it. The other thing that I said, challenging the diversity and inclusion in society outside for Muslims, we have two voices. And it is related to the activity itself. Shall I participate when I'm sitting here beside me, this pagan or whatever, Mother Nature, and here a Christian and there a Jew, or not? We have two views. One view is you should not, as an imam, sitting beside people of kuffar, talking about their faith, etc. Because if somebody takes a picture, oh, Sheikh Hamid is sitting there, as if I am promoting and saying, oh, come to these religions. So this is one view, and let us be safe, protect ourselves, stay safe. So we call it the close-in activity. Don't be open, don't participate. Let us focus on our kids and our community, and that's it. However, the other view is Go outside, and we know that we have the truth, and Islam is strong. وَجَادِلْهُمْ, and speak about Islam and preach it and let people know about it. To know from us is better than bringing somebody else to talk about Islam. So these are two views in our communities. Alhamdulillah, more and more now voices in our communities and living and seeing the diversity, saying take advantage of what is available. Take advantage. As Muslims in the West, you have many platforms, you have many opportunities to talk, to go on to talk about Islam. So go ahead and talk. Whether churches, universities, prison, wherever you have that opportunity, go ahead and participate. And don't neglect, of course, you don't want to neglect the community and classes and our children who have a priority. So we are polarized, and there are these push here and there, and it is related even to the activities in the masjid. What some people prioritize inviting a scholar and a alim to teach the community, and this is their focus. You'll find in the community some people who are a little bit more say, okay, let us have a food pantry, let us have an open house, let us go to churches. So these are to what extent you can go with this, and to what extent you can go with that. This is a challenge, and how to navigate your will is a challenge. One of the earliest imam that I met in the past in this country, he said, don't go to churches. I said, if they are inviting me to talk about Islam, don't go to churches. So this is that view. And some others saying, just keep doing da'wah to non-Muslims and forget about the Muslim community. So the balance is what is needed. Alhamdulillah. We don't know where guidance comes, but it is an opportunity that I will participate usually if I am invited to talk, to say something. Alhamdulillah, recite the Quran in Arabic, translated to them, talking to them about Islam. Removing some of the conceptions, or at least clarifying something. The second visit is today to the prison. It was strange that somebody wanted Quran in Arabic. Usually in prison, they ask for English translations. And already the chaplain, or they call him the religious person who is in charge, so he asked about Arabic Quran. He has English copies. We need, by the way, Ramadan is coming. We should have stacked some Quranic translations prepared. So I asked him about the name, and when he sent me the name, I knew the brother who is in prison. He converted to Islam, not in our community. He's from Norway. Our brother is Latino. Subhanallah. And he came to the new Muslim class a few times. He prayed with us Jum'ah a few times, and he's locked up. Usually I don't ask them why they are there. He said something before I became a Muslim. I did not ask him, although it is public record, you can find it online. But out of respect, I should not ask him. He told me that he's learning Arabic. So his wife is sending him emails. They have a system now, smart jail, they call it smart jail, where I told him he can send me an email. When they send me an email, they say, this inmate at the prison wants to contact you, would you allow him or not? Then I say yes. Then they allow me to go back and forth. They charge us 50 cents, I guess, per, instead of a stamp, kind of sending a letter. So his wife is helping him with the Arabic letters, and he wants to read Quran in its original text. I told him, time, make use of your time. Make use of your time. A lot of us outside are busy in life. You have the best time now to do da'wah, to talk to people, to invite them. Alhamdulillah. It seems, alhamdulillah, optimistic. He expects to leave after 6 to 8 months. Allah make it easy. Another person, he wanted to talk about Ramadan. So this is the chaplain told me that he has a question about Ramadan. And I discovered that he's a Muslim who became Muslim, a white guy who became a Muslim in the prison a few months ago. He has a friend, and his friend left the prison, and he came back, I guess, and he became a Muslim. He's temporarily here. This jail is temporary. So he was in a prison in Little Rock area. Prison, they keep him for long years. But if they have a court or something, they bring him here temporarily. Then after they finish their courts, they have the sentence, then they send him back to prisons. And in the prisons, they have more stability. bigger Muslim communities. Usually in prison you will find Muslims in tents. They have the Qur'ans, they have even videos, CDs, they have libraries, they have more than the local jail. The local jail, the resources and the size and in and out is no stability in it, the local jail. And now he told me that he's a Muslim and he told me that he makes wudu always. Do you pray? Sometimes. But he said, every day he makes wudu. I said, Alhamdulillah, great. Just add to it, salah. He doesn't know how to pray. But luckily we have a brother here, him, who was in our community and he's in prison now, and they are in the same unit, because they have D and they have E. So he's in the same unit, and I told him take advantage. He said, he wrote to me certain things. I said, keep ahead. Give him the email so he can contact me. I can send him certain things. We give him a Quran, alhamdulillah, Quran translation. He needs now to pray. They don't give them to pray in Quran. Give them extra towel, and the reason is because they don't want to make certain threads that we have in Musalla, like this one. This is very dangerous in a prison because they take the threads. They're afraid that somebody will make a rope and hang himself or kill somebody else. So they give them just towels. Even the Quran today, they don't want Qurans that have colors. Of course, no hardcover. No hardcover. It should be paper. And no colors. And today I asked them, why colors? They take the colors and they dissolve them, especially if all of the page is stained with the fork tattoos for ink. They come up with crazy ideas sometimes, One time somebody says, if I have toothpaste and newspaper, I'll make weapon to kill something like what? They'll come up. I had a Quran. Somebody else, asked for a Quran, also about Arabic, but he left. He was temporarily here, and the chaplain said, this style, although it is very thin, but a little bit plastic. He says, we cannot. I said, why? He said, this they might use it, to put it in the door to keep the doors, unlocked. And now they can, figure out anything to make a weapon from it or something. So we have to follow the rules. We talked about Ramadan, and inshallah this new Muslim will be added to the list of Ramadan. And this is every year, we have to notify them when Ramadan starts, following the astronomical calculation. This is the easiest in the prison. Instead of keep calling them, we say that Ramadan is starting on March 1st. So they delay the dinner, the lunch, they don't give them lunch. They give them one meal after, by sunset. And they give them sack of food, whatever, sometimes milk and some cereal. This is for sahur. They give it to them the night before when they eat. So something to eat right now and something for them in the morning to eat. Wallahi, subhanallah. Ni'mah from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to have a freedom to come to the masjid, to go, to come, do your schedule. Think about those people, how it is difficult for them to even navigate their way or how to practice Islam. The first time, a few years ago, the first time people knew about fasting, or maybe it was a new officer of food, when she came to know about the fasting, they thought there was a brother here in this community. They thought that he was going on hunger strike. He's not eating. They thought that hunger strike, which is an emergency. So I explained his fasting, and they asked the chaplain. When I said, can you wake him up to have the sahur meal? They said, we cannot wake him up. He has to wake up by himself, because by law we are not allowed to wake them up less than 8 hours. They should have 8 hours there. So we cannot violate their privacy and their time, etc. So there are certain challenges, but alhamdulillah, the chaplain is going, he said, to go in the units, because each D has different rooms and E has different rooms, and if those two trustees, they call them, so they don't wear white and black. So all of them have these shirts, white and black. If somebody is dangerous, they'll put you on a crate and white for them. And if he's dangerous like that, when he comes to talk to me, usually they cuff them because he's classified dangerous. Now, those who don't have big issues, they can apply for trustees, white and green, and they put them almost in regular rooms. They don't have the heavy, iron rooms, just regular room, wood. doors, and those who do the service. They do the service. Like inside, they distribute the food, they clean, etc. All of them. Alhamdulillah. And each one has different rooms. Ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to make it easy for them. And this is to remind us of the ni'mah wallahi, ni'mah al-Islam, and the ni'mah of the freedom to go wherever you want, being healthy, able to go around fast. Alhamdulillah, ni'mah from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. جزاكم الله خير. بارك الله فيكم.